What's going on, guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and break down the day for you guys right here. As you guys can see, the indicator actually cooked like insane today. So we have this liquidity zone getting hit here, another one here, and another one here as well. So let me go ahead and break down the day for you. So let's start with daily bias. Let's also rewind back to 9 o'clock. I don't want to see anything. What do we see in the morning? Well, at 1 hour, on the 1 hour time frame, we had our highs. So we had our highs, and then we have lows in the market. We had this 1 hour low, and then we also had this gap down here. However, I wanted to see how price would react to this fair value gap early morning session. Okay, so we ended up, and I'm going to mark this out green for you guys, and we ended up rejecting off of it right at 9:30, right at market open. So this was pretty bullish to me. We also had these fair value gaps up here that have not been tapped into yet. Okay, so we could see a nice retrace from this fair value gap here, like this, into one of these gaps or even this high, since we're close to all-time highs. So that was basically my bias for the day. I was bullish. So since my bias was bullish, what do we see? Let's turn on the liquidity magic indicator. We saw this liquidity zone getting hit. Okay. And if we look, what do we see? This liquidity zone getting hit right here. This would have been my entry right here. This was my entry actually. So just like this, we saw this getting hit with our bias, continuing to a bearish liquidity zone. Okay, so that was for the trading indicator, as you guys could see. So that was perfect trade, absolutely amazing trade. Okay, and for the golden strategy, I love to trade a strategy as well. We basically saw this fair value gap getting hit here. For the golden strategy, I like to mark out 9:30 a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m., which is over here. This is the time when I trade. Okay, same goes with the indicator, but mainly with the golden strategy, I trade during this time frame. We're basically going to wait for a nice low to high out of this fair value gap. So basically had this fair value gap tapped in. We had a low being made right at 9:30. We get a high right here. So now this is our GAN box tool. As you guys could see, it has a 0.5. This is basically what you guys need on a chart, 0, 1, and 0.5. This is your discount range. So you want to make sure you basically have a fair value gap inside the 0.5 level, which we have this fair value gap here. And then what do we see? Let me go ahead and get rid of this so you guys can see. Okay, and then our entry would be right at equilibrium. This is our discount zone, and then targeting a 1 or 2 risk reward with our stops right at this wick. And let's see how this would have played out. And bang! And actually, a couple of my members did actually send this to me and took this as well with the golden strategy. So perfect stuff here. So with that being said, if you guys want access to, if you guys don't have access yet to the liquidity magic indicator and want access, pretty damn simple. All you do is determine a bias for the day. You could go ahead and enter off of a liquidity zone. And yeah, so yeah, that is going to be it for today's recap.